A young Gauteng-based Actuarial Scientist has started a community-based movement which aims to wipe out student debt and financial exclusion in South Africa. 26-year-old Tsietsi Ngobese lives and works in the Gauteng's East End and initially started out teaching parents mathematics skills to help them understand their children's homework better. But his vision and ambitions have now evolved into something greater. He is now on a mission to wipe out South Africa's student debt forever.
As of March 2021, collective student debt owed to South African institutions of higher learning stood at 14 billion rand. This despite impassioned and at times violent nationwide student-led campus precinct protests, which began 6 years earlier in 2015 under the moniker #FeesMustFall. Fees Must Fall movement's initial goals were to stop increases in student fees as well as to increase government funding of universities. Now, in January 2022, these graduates were part of the students who supported that movement. Despite their qualifications, they are now forced to sell vegetables and fruits on street corners in their township to survive. The graduates are led by actuarial scientist Tsietsi Ngobese. Ngobese is, in a literal sense, an anomaly by South African standards. He occupies the position of someone having beaten the odds by becoming one of less than 2,000 qualified actuarial scientists in South Africa. Most would have opted for a plush executive job at any of the 12 Fortune 500 companies operating in South Africa. But Ngobese chose the path less traveled. He began by teaching parents to teach their kids mathematics.
So as a way of giving back, we run the We Solve for X Foundation, where we adopt schools and we teach learners from grade 4 to grade 12 on weekends. We're focusing on maths. We also teach parents maths so that they're able to help their kids for free in the adopted school.
So how exactly does the Solve for X tuition program work?
We have graduates who come and assist the learners on weekends, which are part of the community. But the challenge we're facing, these graduates, you find they've been 2 years, the student debt is a burden for them.
The tuition program soon evolved into something immensely bigger.
So the We Solve for X student debt stockpile is a movement. We have two intentions. The first one is to wipe out the national student debt. The second one is to subsidize tuition fee to be affordable for all students across the country at around 250, which could be around 3,000 a month, through the support of the community.
Ngobese's ambitions have also grown to include social-economic activism.
So how we're doing that through our We Solve for X model, based on the actuarial principle, we are pulling the risk, similar as insurance and the funeral cover.
It all adds up, in theory at least. But does the formula actuarially work in practice?
So we managed to raise 1.3 million. We settled the student debt for 102 students.
Does this equal the end to student financial exclusion and to tuition fees?
So we're not calling for free education. We're calling for affordable education, but through Ubuntu unity as a community coming together, contributing the little that we have, so that even if the poorest of the poor can be part of the solution.
The Ekurhuleni chapter of the National African Federated Chamber of Commerce and Industry has thrown its weight behind Ngobese and his We Solve for X movement.
These are our children, these are our kids, these are our students, these are our future leaders. So really Mokhatlo is a business community structure, in particular NAFCOC. We felt obliged that we need to support them because we want to see entrepreneurs out of them.
The founders of We Solve for X say that the fact that they raised over R1 million in the space of just a few months is proof that their formula works. They are now calling on the private sector to do their part to help support youth within the townships across South Africa. For Newzroom Afrika, Channel 405, I'm Tumaole Mohlaoli in Gauteng.